In perfumery, almond is one of my very favorite notes, and almond comes a lot of different ways, but in today's video we'll be focusing on fragrances that have that creamy almond note in them. If you're interested in hearing more, then just keep watching. Before we get into the fragrances, I do want to quickly introduce myself for those of you who may be new here. My name is Ayesha. I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're interested in, please consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So like I said, I love almond. It just really does it for me. It is probably my second favorite note, only to vanilla. And honestly, I feel like it's kind of even a hard battle with vanilla. But one thing I will say is that almond comes so many different ways. You can have like something that is like a creamy almond, like what we're gonna be talking about today. You can also have like bitter almond, something that smells a lot more nutty. I mean, I know almond is a nut, but you guys, if you love almond fragrances, then you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Just because you see almond in something doesn't mean it's all created equally. Although I pretty much love every form of almond. So if I see almond, I get excited. So this video is going to be one of my fragrance battles. If you've never seen one of these videos from me, it's basically where I have a few fragrances from a certain category and I go through, give you an overview of all of them, rank them in certain categories, and at the end I tally up those scores and give you like a final ranking based on numbers, and I give you a final ranking based on my thoughts, feelings, and emotions as well. So may sound a little bit confusing, but you guys will see. Let's go ahead and get into it. So first, we're just gonna talk about all of the fragrances I have here. I have a total of 6 fragrances that I felt fit well into this video. So all of these have an almond note, but all of them have that creamy quality as well. And they all kind of put me in the same mindset of each other. I feel like they're all the same family. So the first one that I have here is from BDK, and this is Velvet Tonka. Now this fragrance I have done a video about. I've actually done 2 videos featuring this fragrance, at least 2. And this is a creamy almond, obviously. I know it's called Velvet Tonka, but to me, the almond is the most prominent note in this scent. But along with that almond, you definitely get the very smooth tonka. Smells like vanilla and I believe cherry. I'm not sure if cherry is an actual note in this, but to me, it definitely smells like cherries in this. Oftentimes when you smell almond, especially ones that I deem to be more creamy, I feel like they kind of give off that cherry vibe. So just keep that in mind. But this one definitely gives off a cherry vibe. It's very smooth, very comforting, very cozy feeling, but at the same time, this is not a heavy fragrance. So I feel like I can get away with wearing this year round. Would it be my top pick for the dead of summer, hot summer day? No, but I can tell you when I got this, it was summer and I wore it and it was not overpowering. This is a very like lightweight scent and there's something very translucent in nature about this. So this is BDK Velvet Tonka. So the next fragrance I have here is from Prada, and this is part of their infusion line. This is called Almond. So this is related to the Infusion d'Iris. I believe the Infusion d'Iris was the first one out of that line. And so all of the fragrances are based on the note of iris, but this particular one also has almond as a note as well. So this is almond and iris. So this is definitely a little nutty, but also creamy and a little powdery. This one definitely gives me more of a like clean scent, and although it is powdery, I don't think it's overly powdery. So I feel like I can get away with this at different times of the year, although I typically reach for this in the fall and winter just because it gives me that cozy feeling. Because of its lightness, again, I think you can get away with this at other times of the year. I wouldn't pick this for summer though, definitely. I think it would be too much unless you're just like wearing it to bed or something. But yeah, if you like iris-based scents and you also love almond, then you would love this. It's done very well and it's not too much of anything. It's kind of an easy wearing scent. So that is Prada Almond. The next fragrance I have is from Montal, and this is Sweet Oriental Dream. So this one to me is my sexy baby powder scent. So this is for the powdery lovers. So if you love almond and you love powdery scents, you will love this. It's very creamy. It has honey in this as well. And it's just very like sweet, intoxicating, but also powdery, almondy. Oh, so good. So good. To me, almond and powder kind of compete. I don't want to say they compete because they work together, but if you're trying to look out at the standout note in this fragrance, to me, it's a competition between the almond and the powderiness. So this one is for the people that really love their powdery scents. This is not going to be for everybody. If you compare this to Amande, the one I just showed you guys, this is way more powdery and it's a lot heavier in scent. This is not one I would wear during the summer at all. This is a heavy projector. It lasts a long time, and I could see this being suffocating and cloying in the heat because it is very sweet as well from the honey, but it is gorgeous. I love it for cold weather, for cool weather, or for days when I know I'm just gonna be inside in the air conditioner all day. This is Sweet Oriental Dream. Next up is from Comptoir Sud Pacifique, and this is Eclats d'Amandes. I've actually mentioned this in a video as well, and I think I've done a blog post about this fragrance, and I absolutely love it. Now, to me, this is definitely a creamy almond, but it's also quite nutty. So it has that creaminess to it, but it also has that, that nutty like texture to it. Sometimes when I'm explaining fragrances, I feel like it's kind of hard to explain, but I'm sure that you guys who are fragrance lovers get what I'm saying when I say it has that nutty texture. So although it's creamy, it doesn't smell like milky or anything like that. It definitely is more of a nutty creaminess. Doesn't smell like almond milk either. So yeah, I love this scent. It is quite pure smelling. I basically only get that almond smell the entire time. It doesn't change, but I happen to really love this one and I enjoy wearing it. I definitely think this one is better for fall, winter, but I could wear this one year round as well, as long as I'm gonna be in an air conditioned facility. So the next fragrance is one that was love at first sniff for me. And I just got this earlier this year, so I'm sure some of you all already know what this one is, but it is a Xerjoff Italica. Now this one is a creamy, like milky scent. Almond scent. This is like almond milk, but it also has like toffee. This is definitely the most gourmand out of all of these fragrances. It is sweet, it is milky, it is nutty, and there's just something very edible smelling about this one. And although it's a gourmand, it's done in a very like grown-up way. This is not your kiddie gourmand. This is amazing. Also, if you look at the notes of this fragrance, you would think that you wouldn't be able to wear this except for like fall, winter. However, the way it's done, I actually think you can get away with wearing this year round, even in the summer. I mean, this probably wouldn't be your go-to scent on days when you're gonna be outside and hot, but there is something about the way this sits on the skin. It never gets overpowering, even though it is really sweet and very gourmand. It never feels like too much. And it still sticks around. It's not like it's not present. It just never feels like too much. So yeah, this is Xerjoff Italica. And then the last fragrance I have to share with you guys is the newest one in this video, and this is from Carner Barcelona. It is called Tardes. Now this to me is a almond laundry type scent. This has a very clean smell to it without smelling too powdery. So although I think Almond also smells clean, to me this is clean and powdery. Tardes is more like clean and lightweight, and you just smell good wearing this. It doesn't even, I feel like when I wear this, it doesn't even feel like I'm wearing fragrance. It just feels like my clothes were nicely laundered but in almond, so that makes it different. So it's not the typical like lavender laundry scent. It is almond. It's so good, y'all. This is very good. It's very creamy again, but it also has a bit of nuttiness to it. This is not a necessarily sweet fragrance. To me, it's just more clean. I love this one, and I think this one can definitely be worn year round. It is not a heavy scent at all. Like I said, it just smells like you are very clean. So that is Tardes. All right, now that we've done the overview of the fragrances, I'm going to go through each category in which the fragrances were ranked, and I'm going to give you my winner and my loser. I do want to preface this by saying that all of these fragrances I do love, and so that's why they're in my collection, but I still wanted to rank them based on all of these categories. So first category I have is uniqueness of smell. So in the 6th place, I have Eclats d'Amands. And the reason that this ended up 6 for me is not because it's not unique. I actually think this is really unique. But out of all of these, I think it's the least unique just because it's just nutty. It doesn't change at all. It's just almonds. Really good almonds, but it's just almonds and done in a creamy way. I love it, but to me, this is the least unique out of all the ones I have here. However, I will say, if you're just looking to get into an almond fragrance, I definitely would recommend this one. I definitely think this is a great starter almond, especially if you're looking for like a creamy almond, but you don't want anything milky. Number 1 for me is Italica, and I'm sure y'all probably already guessed that, but this is just a very unique gourmand creamy almond scent. It's just so milky. Xerjoff knows how to do milky, creamy fragrances. I don't care what anybody says. This is amazing. Now, I'm not gonna lie. When I ordered this, I was a little bit skeptical. It was a blind buy for me. But people were talking about how it was the greatest gourmand. And so because so many people were talking about it, I honestly thought it was gonna smell similar to a lot of other things that I own. I'm happy to report that it does not. This is a very unique gourmand in my collection, and it's the most unique out of these fragrances that I'm talking about today. So the next category we have is longevity. In 6th place, I have BDK Velvet Tonka. If you've seen my video on this, then you probably guessed that already. But on me, I'm only able to get like 4 to 5 hours out of this, and it turns into a skin scent pretty quickly. I think it's probably around 2 to 3 hours before it turns into a skin scent. So yeah, that's the downfall of this. It is a gorgeous scent, but longevity is lacking. In 1st place is Sweet Oriental Dream. This lasts literally all day. So if you wear this, be sure you want to wear it. It will last probably like a good 10 plus hours. That's a lot. So I guess that could be bad for you guys that like to switch your fragrances like multiple times throughout the day. But I love the fact that it lasts all day because I can wear this to work and I know I'm still gonna smell amazing when I get off. So yeah, that is Sweet Oriental Dream. The next category I have is packaging, and I know this is very subjective, but number 6 is Eclats d'Amands. I don't hate the packaging, but honestly, it's nothing to write home about. But it's not the worst I've ever seen. I mean, it's sturdy, it's glass, it has a nice cap, but it's boring. I don't love it, but it's not horrible either. In 1st place, I have Italica, and I just love the luxe look of this bottle. It is a gorgeous color, and it just looks very like well made, very luxurious, and it looks expensive. So that's why it's number 1. The next category is Versatility, and in 6th place I have Sweet Oriental Dream, and that's because this is a pretty heavy fragrance, a pretty thick fragrance, and so I don't think you can wear this year round. I think it would be suffocating in the hot weather, so that's why it gets the lowest rating in this category. In 1st place is Tardes, and that's because it's very versatile. I think you can wear this year round. It just smells like you're very clean and almondy, and I don't think it's ever going to be too much. So that's why it's in 1st place. And then the last category I have is price. Now, to make this fair, I went by retail prices, and I also just priced out the 100 ml bottles because all of them are available in 100 ml bottles. So in 6th place, the most expensive fragrance on this list is Xerjoff Italica. This one retails for $305 US on Lucky Scent. On the Xerjoff website, the price is in euros, and that's where I ordered mine from. But after the conversion rate, this is $289 US on the Xerjoff website. Now, I do want to mention that if you still really want to try this fragrance but you really can't swing it, they do come in a smaller bottle now. So when I ordered this, the smaller bottle was not available, or else I probably would have gotten that. But the smaller bottle is available now on the Xerjoff website, and it is 99 euros, which is approximately 115 US. In the number 1 place is Eclats d'Amands. And I don't know if y'all noticed it, but I feel like in 3 categories, it was these 2 fragrances. I think that's funny, but anyway. Number 1 place is Eclats d'Amands. This is the least expensive out of all of the ones mentioned. 100 ml bottle retails for 110 US dollars. I have just a 30 ml size, and this size retails for $52. So definitely an affordable option. So I tallied up all the scores in each category, and now I'm going to give you the ranking based on science. So this is the numerical ranking. So in 6th place, we have Velvet Tonka. In 5th place, we have Tardis. There was a tie for 3rd and 4th place. So we have Eclats de Amande and Amande by Prada. Their scores were exactly the same. In 2nd place, we have Sweet Oriental Dream. And in 1st place, we have Italica. So like I said, that was numerical ranking just based off the categories, but I also want to give you guys my ranking. And to me, I like to do this part because honestly, some of the categories weigh more to me than other categories. I will tell you though, when I did my ranking, it was actually quite similar to the numerical ranking. So I thought that was funny because usually they come out like completely different. So for my 6th place, I have Prada Amande, and I love this fragrance. I just don't love it as much as all the others. That's why it's in 6th place, but it's still a love for me. In 5th place, I have Velvet Tonka, and I will tell you, I really love the smell of this one, but when you think about the price of it and the performance, that's what makes it rank lower in my eyes. So if it performed better on me or lasted longer or something, it would definitely be higher on the list. In 4th place, I have Eclats de Amande, and that's because this is just more of a basic almond, creamy almond scent to me. I do really love it, and this to me is one of those fragrances that made me realize how much I love the note of almond. So I love it for that. I definitely think it's a great starter almond fragrance, and it's definitely, it gives me that creamy almond vibe that I completely love, and it's really well priced. In 3rd place, I have Tardis, and I just love the clean feeling that I get from this. This is just an easy grab for me, but it's still really unique. And although it's a clean scent, it still feels cozy and comforting. In 2nd place, I have Sweet Oriental Dream, and I just love the smell of this. It's not the most versatile fragrance. It's definitely not for everybody, but it's one that I happen to really vibe with. I love it. I've had it for quite a while, and I would highly recommend it if you love almond, honey, and powder. And then in 1st place, I have Italica, because this is just a love for me. Like, all of these are loves, but this is a real like love for me. Fun fact, if you saw my intro at the beginning of the video and there's a fragrance that I smell and then hold my head back or roll my eyes or whatever, this is the fragrance I was smelling for the first time when I did that. So you saw my reaction. I've loved it since first sniff. I cannot get enough of this fragrance. Oh gosh, it's so good. There's something about this that I just cannot get enough of. It's so addictive. It's beautiful. So yeah, my number 1 is Italica. So I know this video was long, but I hope it was helpful for you guys, especially if you're looking to try out a creamy almond scent. Hopefully this will help you decide. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also make sure you're subscribed and follow me over on Instagram. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried any of these fragrances, and if you did, what did you think of them? What's your favorites out of the ones that I talked about? Or if there's another creamy almond scent that you think really deserves some shine, leave it in the comments below so people can know about that too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thanks again for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye.